So welcome. For those of you who are guests today, welcome. My name is Kian Wong, the founder of the Go Viral Challenge and Star Producer Academy. We've got here the lovely Natalia Nutting from the UK. Welcome. The founder of the Unstoppable Storytellers. And we have some other awesome team members. Stephanus out of Leeds. He's actually transitioning to his new office, so his Wi-Fi is a little bongo, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. And Feb, our star creative director from the Philippines. So welcome, Feb, as well, to joining us on the panel.
Hi.
Look cool with her sunnies. Okay, welcome. Adam, where are you guys from? Some of you are guests. Had a haircut, Deborah, you noticed. Thank you. I had a bit of a fight with my mom and she won and just chopped all my hair off. All right.
That's great.
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right? I was digging the long hair. It was a bit cool, but
don't listen to your wife. Listen to your mom.
That's good advice. She's been cutting my hair since I was like as young as I can remember. And with COVID, it's fun. You get a haircut with your mom again. Is that good? Mama says go. Thank you, Mala. Looking good, everyone. How's where you guys calling in from? Blake, looks like some new faces. This is actually day 2 of the masterclass, and we decided for the last day we'll, let some folks, our strategic partners, invite some guests as well. Get a sample of our high ticket strategies. So who's ready to go high ticket? Type yes.
Yes.
All right. High ticket. Yes. John, welcome. Okay. So what is high ticket? Let's get straight into it because it's going to be jam-packed 90 minutes. And we said we're going to do a lot more hot seating today. So a little bit less on teaching, and I think people get a lot of value once they join the panel. So if you're dying to ask questions about, high ticket branding, high ticket sales, high ticket video funnels, get ready, right? Because we're going to invite some of you onto the panel within this 90 minutes. Yeah. All right. So let's get started. This is probably the wrong. This is from the thing. Well, let's make this interactive, all right? Because we're all about high ticket. Now, what is high ticket? Type in what you think is high ticket. Type in what your definition of high ticket is. All right, let's make this really interactive. This is a masterclass. It's a workshop. Type in your mind, what is a high ticket sale, I guess. If you're an online marketer, most of us, more than 5,000, says John. Deborah says 20,000, 10,000 plus. Absolutely. Well, you're a realtor, Adam. High ticket's like $1 million. Joshua says 100,000. Hey, Josh. Premium, high value, 1,000 and up. Okay. They're all good numbers. Darius, 5,000. All right. So in the online space, generally anything like $1,000 or $2,000, is considered reasonably, mid-ticket, and then anything above 5 or 10, is considered high ticket. But in reality, it can go up to 6 figures plus, right? I've secured 6-figure deals just through online marketing. Those are more done for you. Heavy digital marketing campaigns where you're promising, multiple 7-figure launches and stuff like that. Those are the folks that, are VIP clients like Tony Robbins, etc. So it's horses for courses. It, definition of high ticket gradually changes over time. Fair enough. But at a minimum, what we're really talking about is how do you create sales that are at least, 1,000, 1 or 2,000. Otherwise, if you're playing with a few $100 range, there's only so much transformation you can offer. Yes. Ultimately, it's about getting results for your clients faster, better, guaranteed, as much as you can. So if you can create an irresistible offer around that, then you charge more and more and more money, right? So let's quickly recap what we covered last week. Let me just share my screen. You guys, a lot of you guys are here because you joined our low ticket program, right? You're the Go Viral Challenge. It was like $17, $27. Some of you paid $200-$300 as part of the UPW ticket bonus to be here. So that's considered, lowish ticket. And that's fine for particular circumstances. We didn't start off with low ticket. I've always been in the high ticket type of industry. I started out as a consultant working for Fortune 100 companies. It was a strategy consulting firm. KBA Consulting. It was a spin-off McKinsey and Boston Consulting Group. If you've heard of McKinsey, they're the top tier strategy consulting firm in the world. And we were charged out at 22 years of age, $2,000-$3,000 a day, which was a lot back then, 25 years ago. And we were analysts. We were the typical number crunching Excel spreadsheet wielding nerds that get worked at 100 hours a week and get paid not, near that $2,000 a day. But, we got obviously top graduate, salaries. And consultants and partners of these firms charge $10,000 a day, right? So like $1,000 an hour. Now they're like $20,000 a day. Inflation, right? So if you Google what do partners charge, at McKinsey or whatever, it's right up there. So that type of space, you're dealing with multi-billion dollar companies. But in most cases, online marketing, you're dealing more so to kind of like B2C, right? End consumer or, B2 business to small, medium-sized businesses. And it's a different mindset. It's very hard to charge those hourly rates, unless they're quite big, medium-sized companies, and then they're more open to it. So the psychology, the messaging, the branding, changes. Right. When we did the Go Viral challenge, our goal was to test out and create a new what we call low ticket. No, I wouldn't say lead magnet. It's a low cost way to get people to try us out. I didn't want to write a book. There was a couple of different options I was toying with. Do I write a book about personal branding, high impact videos, going viral, or do I just create a Go Viral challenge, which now is like $7? Well, if you use a coupon code, brings it down to $7. Our retail price is $88. So if you go to goviralchallenge.com, Steph, you can type that in. You can see the pricing, that the regular pricing for the challenge was $88. We had incentives, early bird, blah, blah, blah. Most of you join in, the early bird pricing and so on. But if you use the coupon code STAR, thank you, Stephanus, then it goes down to just $7, right? So it's like a good way to get our branding out there to the masses. We're teaching both virality as well as, personal branding aspects of generating, high ticket sales. So this is more, we didn't go so much into depth about, how to generate high ticket sales during the, Go Viral challenge. Is more, it's an introductory course. It was only 7 days. Arguably we offered, so much value that, that's why we wanted to do that. A lot of people complain, and there's a valid concern, right? When you want to over deliver, at the same time, people's expectations are, like you said, 90 minutes, 75 minutes, but you did 2 to 3 hours. And some people felt, it was just too long, which is fair enough. And, we'll definitely learn from that. We need to set the expectations, right? So now in our marketing, how do we take something that we kind of did a little bit not so well? In some, a lot of people said great value, right? It's fantastic. It's worth, more than what gurus. And we got literally feedback from, attendees saying this is better than what gurus charge, for hundreds or even $1,000. And we delivered 20 odd hours of content, and not just content, but swipe files and templates and really playbook manuals that we give to internal staff and VIP clients. So we deliberately wanted to over deliver. And now our marketing will change to not 75 minutes a day, but literally it'll be like 2.5 hours a day or something, 2 to 3 hours a day, whatever actually we delivered. because it's a recording. We're going to say stuff like most challenges are, you know, pathetic excuses to upsell you into high ticket. Yeah. You know, they're all like an hour here, an hour there, and they basically just tease you. And then you end up having to spend $1,000, whatever. We wanted to offer something different, you know, and, you know, Tony Robbins does this a lot. He did a challenge and he way over delivered. No one complains, right? You know, when people ask how long is your challenge, it's like, you know, I think he said 90 minutes, but then he delivers 2 or 3 hours of content. If you go to his UPW, sometimes when people ask how long is it going to last for, and then say 12 hours, but it actually goes to 1 a.m., 2 a.m. People don't complain. And we had retention levels of 70, 80%. People would literally stay most to the end of our 3-hour Zoom because we had a lot to share. You know, there's only so much we can do. We wanted to create a product that at this phase of our kind of career or whatever in this online space, we want to give as much value as possible just for a few dollars, right? So that's kind of our book. Get my book for free, pay shipping and handling of $4.95, $6.95. We've all bought those books, right? I didn't want to write a book. It takes forever to write a book. And a book takes about 10 to 20 hours to read. And the reason why the gurus give away books for free because they know through indoctrination, if someone actually bothers to read through that book, and maybe 1 or 2 or 5% actually read through the book, just like 1 to 5% of folks will actually go and attend all our 20 hours of content. Those are the ones who are going to be more likely to go high ticket. Fair enough? Now, it's a ton of work. It was exhausting to go through that 7-day challenge because literally 7 days plus the 2 pre-session challenge sessions and a couple of 2, 3, 4 bonus sessions that we're delivering. So it's a ton of work. And unless you have a lot of, anything's always a lot of work, but it's less work than writing a book. You got it? And so what we recommend when you first start off in the high ticket space, especially with online marketing, even if you're an expert, you know, coach or consultant, and you've traditionally been promoting yourself offline, right? And you're charging whatever your rates are, a few $100 an hour, $3,000 for different gigs, workshops, whatever. And you're figuring, and you go, how do we transition to online? Right? This is kind of the space where a lot of our clients come from, the high ticket, clients. They're experts. They really have 5, 10. You know, they're not newbies, right? Those are people who join our $6,000+ coaching programs. They're not newbies, right? So, but they don't know how to. They're not newbies in their field of expertise, is what I'm saying. But they're relatively, newish or still figuring out the online space. Make sense? Right. So for those people, we say go high ticket. Don't try to do what the gurus do. The gurus are selling you on books and low ticket because they've got what? They've got massive infrastructure and support to handle the thousands of sales they get when they sell low ticket, whether it's refunds or, people who just, have a lot of issues and questions and they expect the world off a book or a mini course. People, all you need to do is sell 1,000 people on a $10 a month program and you're making 6 figures. You try to make 1,000 sales a month consistently and you tell me how easy that is. I don't care if it's $10 a month or whatever. Whereas if you had a high ticket program that you sell for 5,000, you only need to make 2 sales, which is a lot easier. If you're an expert, then there's some of you who are complete newbies. You don't know what to sell. You want to go high ticket because all right, selling low ticket affiliate programs is a slog. It's going to take forever. Then look for high ticket affiliate programs. Make sense? They handle effectively everything except for the marketing and the traffic. Right? So they've got the strategy. They've figured out the vision. They've figured out operations. They've figured out the tech. They've figured out delivery of the product. They've figured out mostly, the copy. But you're that missing link to drive some traffic and make some referrals to get them into the system, and then you can make some sales. So yeah, learn about sales, learn about marketing. That's the first step, really. If you're like, I want to get in an online space, I want to go high ticket, but I don't know where to begin, right? become an affiliate of a high ticket program, at least $1,000 or $2,000 kind of entry level point. And there might be little, low end programs that you can get people to join in first for a few dollars. You get a percentage of that, and then the system automatically upsells into the high ticket program. Make sense? All right. So these are kind of the two aspects of high ticket. Whether you're a coach or you're an agency, wanting to sell your high ticket programs or services. Now, it's interesting. I stumbled across, who's heard of Kajabi? Type yes if you've heard of Kajabi. Type yes if you've heard of Kajabi. Just curious. John says yes. Natalia, Kajabi. I'll just type it. I don't use Kajabi, but I'll tell you why I'm going to tell you this story. Kajabi, yep, that's how you spell it. Kajabi is one of the leading course management SaaS companies, software as a service. It's just like you don't download software; it's all in the cloud. You can upload your courses, you can create landing pages, you can do all sorts of cool stuff. Well, yesterday I came across the founder of Kajabi on a Facebook ad. Woohoo! So one of the co-founders, one of the main co-founders, this gentleman here, Travis, I believe is his name. Let me see if I got his this cool dude.
The co-founder of Kajabi. Hey, it's Travis. You might know.
So Travis, bit of a legend in the industry, top programmer, got folks like Brendan Bashard to invest, right, in his company. Now it's one of the leading, course management companies like Teachable, Thinkific, all those type of cool. We use Teachable, right? Just full disclaimer. There's no interest in Kajabi. But this ad caught my attention. He's been running it for a couple of weeks. Why the co-founder of Kajabi is saying not to build an online course and what you should do instead. So have a guess. What is he recommending, guys? Have a guess. Have a guess what he's recommending. He's the guy who started this company, and over $1 billion in sales have come out of people using Kajabi, selling their courses, like how to whatever. What are you guys saying? YouTube video?
Affiliate marketing?
Affiliate marketing. What recommend you? Thank you, Mala. What else do you guys think? John obviously nailed it. Coach, because he's got a little bit of a t-shirt there with his saying Coach Snap, right? So he's actually creating some app, I don't know what, that's going to help obviously coaching, right? Hope coaches. It's the biggest fad, at the moment. Everyone wants to be a coach or a consultant. It sounds cooler to be a coach than a consultant, yes? Wouldn't you agree? Like who doesn't want to be a coach? I dreamed when I was young that I'll be a tennis coach. It was like, I love watching tennis. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if one day my son was like Michael Chang. Who even knows what Michael Chang? Anyway, he was one of the top US tennis players. He won the French Open at 17. Oh my gosh. One of the Grand Slams, 17, he beat Ivan Lendl. And it was just mega hero's story. He was cramping and he was literally serving underarm. He would serve an underarm, normally tennis, right? But he said underarm serve, and he even won that point. He did this little trick serve. He was cramping so bad. And then he won the 1989 French Open title. Right? It's one of the big four. And I was 17 as well at the time. And what was I doing? I was in high school, finishing off my final year. And I was like, I want to be like him. My tennis sucks. I'm better at ping pong. Well, no surprise there. But he eats a lot of bananas. Yes, he does, Jennifer. You know what I'm talking about. Yes. So coaching is cool, right? Coaching, people, I guess, if you position yourself as a consultant, it's a little bit scarier. Not everyone can be a consultant. It's interesting how Sam Ovens bought consulting.com, right? He's one of the gurus in this space. And he's kind of like, position yourself as a real expert. But the idea behind low ticket versus high ticket here, why don't just sell a course, which is, relatively low ticket. Most courses are low ticket, $50, $100, $200. Maybe the higher end gurus charge $400-500, maybe even 1,000. But he's basically saying people get the stumbling blocks of, oh, I've got to create beautiful slides. Oh, I've got to look awesome. I don't know what to wear. I don't know whether I look good, whether the camera's good, and the actual effort required to put together a effort to put together a full course seems overwhelming, right? Who's been there? Who's actually tried to create a course, whether it's 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours course? Type in yes if you've tried to create courses. Hi, Louis. Hi, Louis. Welcome. Yes, Amala says yes. Deborah says yes. Headache. Oh my gosh. Jennifer is putting this emoticons. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. No idea how to, says Freddie. All right, putting together courses where, they look good, they feel good, they sound good, they give good value, they're in bite-sized chunks. It's like putting together a book, seems like, and even harder because you're going to be on camera or you're going to do voiceover. So it's a headache for most people. Sounds great in theory. Why don't you teach what you learn, what you know? We're in the knowledge economy. Jump on. Everyone knows something, and you can teach someone something and make money somehow, right? They make it all sound so easy. But he basically says, start off, Travis said, with coaching. First, get some results. First, do one-on-one coaching. Okay. And we talked about this in our, just to recap quickly what we covered in the first session last week, right? So this is what most gurus, a lot of gurus, not most, were kind of pitching back in the day in this whole world of Kajabi, and everyone was teaching how to whatever. Everyone was selling how to programs and courses because for the gurus, they could scale, right? They could sell thousands and thousands and thousands of courses. They were brilliant at marketing, brilliant at technology, brilliant at everything. So they could be positioned themselves as the guru and sell the books to the tapes to the online courses and monetize all the way through. But believe me, this is not for beginners, right? And if you try to follow what the gurus do, you're going to go broke very quickly. Make sense? All right, we've already gone through that. All right, it is not easy to monetize like that. A much faster way is what we call create, a really simple but good infomercial funnel using some video. That's what we recommend, video, nothing more powerful. Where you put, it could be just simple cell phone video, Zoom video, whatever, and then go quicker into offering high ticket, whether it's some sort of hybrid group coaching. What I mean by hybrid group coaching, it's a combination of one-on-one coaching with one-to-many. Okay. So then you can set your hourly rate at a higher rate than perhaps what you normally charge, because once again, you want to target those who can easily afford you in the higher income bracket, and, they're not struggling to pay whatever. I mean, it's just, how can I double my fees, right? It's that self-doubt. At the end of the day, you could create a program and sell it to someone who's barely making enough money to buy it, or you could double the prices, offer the same thing pretty much, and sell it to someone who's worth a lot more money, and for them, it's peanuts. It's just targeting, right? But you do have to fix your branding a little bit in the messaging. Right? It's not as, it's not straightforward as that, but you do have to adjust your marketing message and how you go about positioning yourself. But you can add more value, and that's where we teach. It's not just giving one-on-one off coaching, which has certain benefits that beat anything else, and then also the one-to-many in a group environment. Plus, if you're charging higher ticket, you are funding your course creation, all the costs involved with creating your course. We've pre-sold some programs already, and we haven't even started creating. We just literally put together the titles. We said we want to revamp an older course. Let's pre-sell it to our higher ticket clients, right? And we said, hey, we're going to launch in November, et cetera, et cetera. You're interested, we'll give you a discount. You do a beta test. You do a special offer for those who join in early, right? So, and then you can also offer what we call consulting or agency work, where it's done for you, right? So there is a hierarchy of transformation. You can give a book, you can give some information, and that only gives a certain amount of results because most people won't even go through your program. That's just reality, right? And a certain percentage want more, right? They want more hand holding. They want to do it with you. They want some guidance. They want a mentor. And then, that's the whole idea of a guide. The whole hero's journey is about finding successful mentors and masters to learn from. If you don't subscribe to that philosophy, if you want to do everything yourself, if you think you can learn everything off YouTube, then maybe you can do that. Very few can. A lot of people need the nuances, the feedback, all that stuff from a really experienced person to implement. You might get the same information. We all know this. So how do we move to this higher ticket faster, right? Is what we're trying to get to. All right. So, and then, we're saying later on, you can scale to the masses once you have more credibility. Now that we've worked with Tony Robbins over the last few years and Gary Vee, and, now we're a lot easier for us to sell low ticket. Make sense? Right. We started off with just targeting multiple six-figure type of clientele who wanted to take the brand to the 7 figures. And we were charging 6,000, just for group coaching, 6 months. All right. So, and then some people wanted some done for you. So we charged 10 to 15, and then gradually our prices went up to 50 grand minimum for, hey, we'll create some trailers and funnels for you. So you need to think about, how do I charge more? And it's more of a psychological thing. It is really much more of a I'm not worth it. I don't know. But as Grant Cardone would say, most businesses go out of business because they're really not charging enough. They're not offering transformational results. And they get lumped in with the masses, right? There's no point of differentiation. If you're a contractor and you just rely on, Angie's List, you've heard of Angie's List. This is like, they're dominating online space. They get all the leads. They say, hey, search here and we'll give you all the top 10 plumbers in the neighborhood. And then, the leads get farmed out and everyone follows up with you. And then, it just comes down to pricing. So we want to get our fence done, right? So we bought a new place, but we're going to fence off about 400 feet of the backyard. So there's a couple of big players like Lowe's. Who's heard of Lowe's? And there's also a big player like, Ketchum, which is just one of the big dominant fencing companies in our neighborhood. And then, I did some Googling and I found an independent guy, but at least he put a story together. I've been in business for 20 years, it's family operated. And when I called them and, I asked them, what differentiates you from Ketchum and Lowe's, right? The price was about the same. The lead times were different. Some could service us supposedly quicker. The service, generally of these bigger companies, they've got operational staff, they've got other people to follow up slightly better. But I'm not so worried about that. I'm concerned about how good are they going to create the fence? Are they going to do a good job of that? Well, this guy was smart enough, this independent contractor as well. You're getting me. Right? I've been doing this for 20 years. You're not going to get some, generic manager working with some, recently hired staff members, right? And he says, I've been working with my team for 5 years, right? These guys, I've got a crew of 4, myself, we're going to put the concrete, proper, pole in the ground with concrete, foundations, etc. And you're going to get me. Now, yes, I'm a bit later. You're not going to get your fence until January, whereas the bigger companies can supposedly do a little bit quicker. But I'm thinking about it, longer term, do I care that the fence is going to be a little bit later? Or do I really want a better job of my fence that doesn't fall over? And I've seen fences that are kind of like crooked and stuff. Hey, Priscilla, welcome. So, Freddie said, how do I get started first? All right, we'll get to that shortly. We'll tell you a bit of our story. Let's go back into covering at least some of the basics. There's a lot to cover, obviously. So number one, raise your prices. And when you do that, it can be just a little bit, that extra 20, 30%. Come up with different packages. Find joint venture partners. That's a very cool way to do it. and then you can bundle. It's like, Starbucks and McDonald's don't create every single product for themselves, right? They partner with other people who do really good jobs of whatever desserts that they might be coming up with. And, they focus on their lane and they partner with other people. Make sense? Target higher end clienteles, right? From business to first class, people in the top 20% of the 20%, the 4% of income, you could argue. So you got to craft your positioning statement, that overcomes fear and objections. All right. So we covered this in the basic Go Viral challenge. I want to really get to the higher level strategy. There's only so much we can do in another hour or so. And yes, the 7-hour challenge strategy is one way to get high ticket clients. It's one way, right? It's a way that you get people in, they experience something relatively free, low ticket, like Tony Robbins have done, and so on and so forth. Hey, if you haven't signed up for Tony's UPW event this week, last chance, UPW 360, just get this is not an affiliate link, just go get a ticket, transform your life with the number one guru when it comes to changing your life, really. If you want to put it, if you've been procrastinating, if you have any self-sabotage, any blockages that it's holding you back to reaching your full potential, he is the guy. It's the UK time zone, 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. London time every day. It's really good for New Yorkers, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Starts, a couple of days. So I can't recommend it highly enough. But even, he used 7-day challenges to invite people to UPW. Frank Kern, Scott Alford's, right? And it's a great way because people are skeptical. They don't know if you're not really an expert yet. They're a bit skeptical whether you're going to be really worth $1,000, $2,000, whatever package you're offering, right? You could offer, 5 one-on-one calls plus some group coaching for $2,000 packages, right? And so all of a sudden, instead of charging $100 an hour, you're like $400 an hour. But you've added that extra value by creating a course material and a group environment and weekly support through Facebook closed groups and so on. So there's the model that works for high ticket for if you're selling expertise and knowledge. We're in the knowledge business. Most of you are in that coaching, consulting sort of background, right? Some of you are selling, dental appliances and other things, etc. But these principles, you want to give people in the restaurant industry. I'll give you an example, right? One of our high ticket clients, who's joined our program, he's in the restaurant business. And so how do you apply the 7-hour? Who wants to know how to apply the 7-hour rule for the restaurant business? Okay, this will get you thinking about how do you convert someone who's just testing you out a little bit, and then big decisions do take 5 to 7 hours at least, and many different touch points. All right, Deborah says me. All right, so for the restaurant industry, there is a concept of once a patron comes at least the third time, there's like 60% chance they'll come back within a few months or something. I don't know the exact statistics, I'm making it up, but it's along those lines. All right. So if you Google Gary V, restaurant marketing, here it is. All right. How to market restaurants on social media. All right. So this is a great interview, and you'll learn. I'll summarize the whole strategy.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Dean with Ridge.
All right. So he interviewed a guru at consulting to restaurants. Make sense? Let me just find the exact link for you guys. It's we're all fast at some point in our lives. We all probably wanted to open a restaurant. Yes or yes. All right. I'll just find the link for you. Here it is. I got it. We all probably wanted to open a restaurant. We did. Come on. Type yes if you've always wanted to open a restaurant or had a restaurant. Well, it's not easy to open a restaurant, but I wanted a Peking duck lobster noodle restaurant. That's all we serve. Peking duck lobster noodle. All right. That's my dream. All right. Just kidding. Half kidding. So John Tafer was interviewed by Gary Vee. And, he's saying it's a game of three, the power of three. You got to make it to 3 visits, not just one. See, a lot of people make the mistake. Oh, I'll give you a coupon. Come to my restaurant. Give you 50% off pizza, whatever. The key is that if they come the 3rd time, they're statistically likely to come the 4th visit is 70%. So I was a bit off, 70%. All right. So once they're there for the 3rd time, you own them. Right. But you need to deliver consistent quality service and product 3 in a row. How many times have you been to a restaurant and it's like pretty good the first time? You go the 2nd time, it's like, nah, something's not quite right. It's not quite the same, or something's just like the second thing you ordered is, yeah, right? Because the chances are the restaurant isn't phenomenal at 100 dishes that I've got on the menu. So it comes back down to micro niching. I cannot stress enough. You need to be fantastic at just a few things, guys, and really, really own those few things. Don't try to, to be everything to, everyone. So they're saying the key is play the discount card, but when they come the second time, they've come the first time, had a good experience. If you incentivize them through an ad, get 50% off, get the free pizza, get them in, because what's the lifetime value of a customer, right? So this is important. The lifetime value is critical to go to high ticket, because I've generated, literally over $500,000 off one client that started off as a low ticket ish, come speak at my event, I'll pay you whatever it was, 15,000 to build a funnel. And then it became a $500,000 client. So relationship matters in high ticket. People are always going for the kill. It's crazy. You guys are always trying to get new clients in, but you're not nurturing the relationships that you guys have, right? The money is in the follow-up, guys. All right. This is making sense. It's fundamental stuff. And then this is all the second time. Hey, you've tried our pizza, but have you tried our amazing chicken parmesan? Nah, whatever you say. Chicken, right? Grilled chicken. Have you tried my amazing grilled chicken? Well, right on a back up. Let me give you my business, my card. I'm gonna write down $5 off chicken or $10 off chicken. So next time you come, and then the third time, and they, you might put a red napkin on the table if they're a second time client. So all the staff members, that's a second time person. We're gonna really over deliver, give them amazing service. And then there's a third time you get them. Have you tried our dessert? All right. So what amazing things you have, right? 2 or 3 amazing things that you can offer that will blow away the customer's mind. So the same concept applies, because if you give them, every time someone comes into your restaurant, they're there for 2 hours, right? Come on, 1 or 2 hours. So the 7-hour rule kind of states roughly the same. If they're there for 3 or 4 times, you've owned them. They're going to come back, hopefully, over and over and over again. Make sense? So how can you deliver that 7-hour experience, roughly, all right, to your ideal clients where there's minimal risk, where it's an irresistible offer? Got that? Right? So think about that. If you really try, and the most irresistible offer initially is offering it for free, where you just deliver amazing service, done for you, coaching, until you get the testimonials. You need those testimonials, guys. You don't have any social proof, you're dead. In the social media world, you are kaput. If you have a website that doesn't have at least a dozen testimonials that look authentic and real, ideally on video, you're kaput. Very hard to run a business in today's world without proper social media. You need to be brilliant at storytelling, guys. That's why Natalia's on our team, and we stress. If you know the gurus, look at Tony. If you've ever been to Tony's events, most of the time he's just telling stories. Yes or yes. Right? He's just sharing case study after case study, story after story. It's captivating. The gurus are the best at teaching through storytelling. So if you don't master this, hi Farouk, welcome, good to see you. Hey, you got a free 1-hour consultation with me. All right, just reach out. Cool. So glad to have you on. So, it's so critical that you master delivery. It's not what you say. Yes, all the gurus will teach you the formulas, the webinar formulas, the this and that, but it's how you say it, which is why I'm not afraid of giving away my quote unquote best stuff in a 7-day challenge, Because I know if you really want to transform your ability to influence, do you need to get better at presentation? Do you need to get better at how you present, voice intonation, feedback on your videos? Yes or yes. That's why we offer a much more comprehensive service and coaching program that people realize the value once, you know, they get a taste of what we're giving, because they know, and we know, the money is in the implementation. You're just going to be overwhelmed with frameworks and knowledge and info. Without a proper coach, you're not going to execute properly, guys. That's just the reality of it. Unless you're really, really smart and you can just learn everything yourself. And there's always a few of you who can do that, which is fantastic. But master storytelling and how you go about delivering, and really understand your own story through the Ikigai and the Eulerian Destiny. If you're not familiar with that, just Google it. If you missed the first session, Eulerian Destiny, and, you know, going back to the wrong slides here. So just quickly skimming over the first session. But this is the key, though. If you want to go high ticket, we didn't cover this last week in detail. So we cover a little bit, and we're going to open a Q&A. So, you know, the funnel, right? What we've mostly talked about is what are the principles of going viral? How do you put together a video that is professional, or just, you know, using a cell phone? Okay. Now, there are people who do amazing videos. I'll give you an example. I don't want to, you know, it's who just literally sitting in front of their Zoom, but they put B-roll. I came across an ad. I like case studies. These are great. I'm not endorsing these guys at all. This came across a recent example, if I can find it, of a really well-produced ad, you could say. Where is it? Where he is on camera on just a simple Zoom setup. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. Let's share my screen. He's selling high ticket. His programs are 20,000 plus. He mentions it in his webinars. So, you know,
300% this year. And I don't know any business owner that's implemented these three.
Studio set. Is that simple? He's just got a laptop. He's got some sort of, you know, Rode mic or whatever. HP computer, simple desk. But he's got nice painting, artwork, right? It's colorful. You know, nothing fancy. He's got some lighting obviously in front. He's on a corner. Makes a little bit of depth of field.
Stupid, simple things that has not seen an increase.
Right. Subtitles, we talk about that. You know, how do we use high impact video marketing? And this is simple, relatively simple. Goodness me. If you wanted to hire proper video crews, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. But this is all done using literally a webcam can do this.
In cash flow. Now, let's talk about it. Aaron and Sari are business owners in the fitness niche. They have an online business. They're doing about $21,000.
Listen to the music. There's music in the background. Social proof. Case study after case study. Right? He's just literally sitting down, and then you just get an editor. You can pay $5 an hour somewhere, $3 an hour, and they can edit this type of stuff. You need to put together testimonials, guys. The key to high ticket is really amazing in-depth case studies. Results, show people results. All right, I can show you tons of results. You know, I've been working with one client for years, literally working with the biggest names. They wouldn't hire us over and over again if we didn't produce good, you know, results and good videos.
A record month in the beginning of 2020. They start implementing these three strategies. They have a $32,000 month in April. They're actually able to spend $8,000 on advertising in April to make that 32. They repeat it in May. They have a $65,000 month. They go into June.
Inspirational music. It's building up, right? Really, really well produced. And now, I know why now, because they actually go in and they do actual full service video marketing campaigns for their clients. Kind of do what we do. Right? I don't mind showing, you know, their good work. Literally came across it yesterday. They started advertising October 18th.
They have a $50,000 month. They go into July, 65, August, 80. Then you've got people like James and Ashton I was on the phone with. Listen to what they had to say. Brand new business owners. Check it out here.
How many clients now?
We have 4 clients.
Okay, and you
Simple Zoom interviews. Yeah, I told you guys that in the Go Viral Challenge, right? Once again, if you don't know what the Go Viral Challenge is, go get it for $7. You know, shameless plug here. GoViralChallenge.com. It says, I don't know, what is it, $88. You read through it yourself, and then you can take 90% off or whatever it is. And you click on this, and then when you get to the billing, you know, just type in the coupon star. Oop, you saw it, right? Went down to $7. Trust me. Just type in the star and the coupon, brings it down to $7. If you have trouble with it, contact us. Don't pay $88. All right, because you're, you know, guests of certain people, past attendees. So, yeah, this guy is just applying all the principles that it's a 3-minute video. It's perfect. It's good length for Facebook ad, 2-3 minutes. All those principles. You know, people were a little bit confused. Oh, I don't know why I was reading your Facebook ad script, because I thought we were going to learn how to go viral without paid ads. My point is, learn the principles of how to structure good ads, right? That try to go viral. They're not, I mean, by definition, you're boosting them, and they will apply the same, you know, to just creating generic videos that you hope to go viral. But, you know, one or two out of 100, if you're good, will go viral. And we went through the case studies with Ben, right? So don't expect virality, you know, in your first, you know, 50 to 100 videos. Put it that way. Focus on applying the principles that people are willing to spend a lot of money to boost, because they know that this is the way to optimize your video content, whether it's paid ads or organic.
spent how much on ads?
Just a little over $6,000.
Okay, and you've made how much back?
Don't stress over editing. Don't get into editing. All right, it'll take you forever to learn. You outsource it to someone who can do it for, you know, $5, $6, $7 an hour, if that.
Well, gross 52 grand, so whatever 52 minus 6 is.
You got people like Holly and Chris here, brick and mortar.
To learn the structure, I won't go through the whole thing. You get the drift, right? So the funnel matters, because you're going to drive people through the video KLT video matrix, right? Which, you know, we'll go into. We went into a lot more depth in the Go Viral Challenge. Right? You've got basically trailers. You've got how to get people to know you. Well, you share your stories on your cell phone, lifestyle selfies where you show about your family. This is all organic stuff you can do. Share stuff on stage. Organic just, you know, it takes time. You know, it takes many months to get right, to go organic and get a bit of a following. If you don't have money and you got time, you do the organic stuff. If you've got money and not that much time, you do a combination of paid and organic. Right, and you need to drive people from, you know, these short 1 to 3 minute videos. I'll talk about Facebook here first, and drive them to webinars, and which are 40 minutes, 50 minutes, or VSLs, which are shorter, 15 to 20 minute TED Talk length. You know, share interviews, share value, how-to videos. Get people to like you by adding value, and then get people to trust you by sharing more testimonials and case studies, and, you know, making offers. Once they kind of trust you, you can make an offer to, hey, come join my webinar, you know, where you collect their email. Sometimes you just share, you know, stuff on Facebook that are longer length content for free. No opt-in, no nothing. So you do all that stuff and you get people, and then you have traffic through, as I said, paid or organic, into a landing page, which you get people to opt in. So for higher ticket, you could basically go straight into an application form after they've watched something that could be 15 to 20 minutes. If you're going to sell a high ticket service, and we're talking about, you know, 5, 10 plus, you know, done for you, whatever, those people have money, but they don't have time. So are they going to want to go through a 60-minute presentation? Not necessarily, right? They want to just get a feel of what you're talking, and you better be succinct and, you know, get your pitch done in 15 minutes. People, high ticket folks, have time to watch TED Talks, put it that way, right? TED Talks are really inspiring, educational, and people will give that time of day for experts. So they'll give you the time of day if it's not too long, 15 minutes, because they need to evaluate you, that, they know they need to check you out a little bit. before they reach out and contact you, fill out a form or whatever. Make sense? If you're going to go straight to selling $1,000, $2,000 program without consultation, without a phone call, yeah, you probably need to do 90 minutes plus of presenting minimum, right? But most of that fails because you haven't done enough indoctrination. You haven't provided 6-7 hours of value over time. Make sense? People go, all you need is a webinar. Well, sure, if you've got millions of dollars in ad spend, you'll law of large numbers, you'll pick up people who are ready to buy, right? They don't need 7 hours. They've already done their 10 hours of research on other gurus. And then all of a sudden you pop up and you go, hey, your story resonates with me. I like you. I want to have a chat with you. That's your differentiator, your story, your values. Does that make sense? Your ability to influence. It may not necessarily be, we don't make decisions completely logically. You know, that guy might have made $1 million a month, but they might join you and you've only made $20,000 a month, and they might sign up for your course over that other guy for different reasons. All right? You resonate with them better. They don't, you know, oh, that guy's a guru, you know, might be really expensive or whatever. So the funnel, what we call the star infomercial funnel, is about driving traffic into some sort of high impact webinar. And it has to include case studies and testimonials. It's what we call your star content. And then the application form can be 10, 15 questions, roughly. You know, we use Typeform, we use Google, you know, Forms, it's free. You can pay a little bit extra for Typeform, you know, looks really cool. And then, you know, schedule once, or Calendly is great for scheduling calls. We use both. And then you want what we call a Starstruck thank you page. Once they've scheduled a call, then you say, hey, if you want to keep your call, there's two different ways of doing it. You might get people to schedule first. Initially, it's kind of what I recommend. Get people to schedule a call, you know, not too much thinking, book a call with you. And then you warn them, if you don't fill out the survey, we're going to cancel your call because we don't know anything about you. Make sense? So every step of the way, you're going to lose a percentage of people. Got that? Every step of the way, you're going to lose a percentage of folks. And that's what these guys do very, very well, right? I don't see the call to action. It's in the ad, but not in the link. So every step of the way, so you can interchange these, right? Now, if you want a more qualified client, you get them to fill out the form first. They're really serious. But if you're getting started, you flip it around, right? You just get in the book. Then you say, hey, you better fill out the survey form. Otherwise, we can't serve you properly, and it's mandatory. Otherwise, we'll have to cancel your booked appointment, right? Even then, you're going to lose a little bit of people. And then once they've filled out the form, if you've got intelligent software like Typeform or other things, you can, depending on what they fill out, you might guide them to a high ticket or a low ticket offer. Make sense? If they say, I'm just a newbie, I'm not making at least, you know, $3,000 to $5,000 a month, or $5,000 or $10,000 a month if you want to be more stringent, then you might say something. And you got to think about how this apply to your industry, right? I'm giving you general, you know, scenarios that fit to my industry of coaching, coaches and consultants and experts. So if they're only newbies, then I would probably, if they went to fill out the form first, I would probably drive them to a webinar. All right, they're going to watch the webinar, and we'll make a pitch. We might make a pitch for a $1,000 program or whatever. And then, you know, if they don't buy, we can still schedule a call with them, right? They may not buy on the spot, and they might want to talk to us still, right? If they are higher ticket, they don't have time to buy $1,000 program. They want results now. They want to get handheld. They want to have more intimate coaching with you. Make sense? Is this making sense, guy? I'm trying to give a high-level overview of, you know, how we generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in coaching consulting in just a few months. Where do you reveal the price on the thank you page? It depends on what. If you're sending them to a coaching call, you don't reveal the prices. You don't need to reveal the prices. They get on the call, and then you might have different tiered packages. Right? We go into the pricing strategy in more depth in our, 7-figure personal brand program, but I'm giving you a high-level overview. So generally, people don't reveal the high ticket prices. All right. If you want to send them to a webinar, You know, even $1,000 program is reasonably, for us, we don't want to sell anything minimum less than 1,000 generally. Besides our low ticket, you know, go viral challenges, which is our way of, hey, if you want to learn something, it's our book. It's kind of a great program for newbies. Whether they sign up for anything else ever again, we've tried to help them as best we can. Make sense? They've got it all in the Teachable program. And we will, you know, you can also do that in YouTube. You can say, forget about these low ticket stuff. I'm going to give, you know, my YouTube channel all my free stuff and eventually drive people to schedule an appointment with you, which you then sell them into the higher ticket. All right. And then once you get them on the phone, right, the thank you page is where you shock and awe, give them that they become starstruck because they see the hundreds, if you know, dozens, if not, if you can do 100. I've seen people with literally 500 video testimonials. That's using software like Video Ask, you know, Video Appeal, you know, so tellus.com, all these different pieces of software that can, you know, very easily collect video testimonials from clients. And the reason why they do challenges is they can get the masses in and then collect a lot of social support, social proof. Make sense? So there's another reason why you may want to consider doing challenges. A lot of work, just like with anything else, but it's a good way to get a lot of people into your funnel and get. And we've got dozens of testimonials off our first, you know, go viral challenge. So the Starstruck page is where, you know, buyers regret, right? They've booked an appointment, but are they going to turn up? Well, that's where you really show off. Hey, Bianca, welcome. So that's where you really show off how good you are through the testimonials. You might show off a little bit here, but then you really show off your high, you know, tons of case studies here. Make sense? And then on the phone, there's two different approaches. You might do the Taki More method where you do a short 15-minute, 10, 15-minute call to qualify them. Make sure that, you know, they're qualified. And generally the whole, you know, if you learn from all the gurus, Dan Locke, Sam Ovens, all the high ticket gurus on sales, this is what they teach, right? You want to lead like a star, you know, in general chit chat, how you doing? You know, pleasantries, everyone starts off with that. Set the agenda, you lead it. You're the doctor prescribing, you lead the way. You control the conversation, right? You're there to discover, figure out how you can help them or not, right? It's and then why ask, why now? That's what this question mark is. I'm going to give you really, you know, quick summary of how to sell high ticket $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 programs on the phone. Who's ready for that? Type yes. Make sure that you guys are still awake. You want to ready to give you a quick summary of what this is all about? Yes is John. Thank you. Yes. Hell yes is Hadi. Thank you. Thank you. Who else is on? Who else is on? I'm just going to get a little drink here. Ruth, we miss you, Ruth. Remember, type in, you are supposed to give you a 1 hour consultation, yeah? For free. So Ruth, Steph, private message Ruth, please, because I think, and Farouk as well. Send them the discovery form so we can learn a bit about them before we jump on the 1 hour free consultation. Thank you, Nalasami. Sorry, I wanted to give it a shot, but that's a really awesome name. Sorry to botch it up. So, okay, Jennifer, fantastic. So, thank you, Natalia. Well, it's not for everyone. If you want to really go into depth about how we can help you, then you know we can get on a free consultation call with us. So the Star Strategy session is really you can do a short version and a longer version, right? So you can get setters, phone setters, to make sure that, you know, some people fill out a form and then they sometimes don't put all the information they should be putting in, and they get on the phone and they're just not qualified to join your high ticket program. So you want someone to, you know, screen them a little bit. Fair enough. Make sure that, you know, they're qualified, and you can then guide them to different programs that are more suited to where they are in their entrepreneurial journey. So the Star Strategy session is what we call it. Start off with some pleasantry, set the agenda, ask them. It's like you really need to be spending 60, 70% of the time listening, you know, 80-20 rule. And you're asking, why us? Why now? Why is it urgent? Why did you reach out to us? So you need to get them into, really feeling you're not there to pitch, sell, oh, how amazing you are, blah, blah, blah. Really trying to empathize. 7 steps to every sale. Who remembers the 7 steps to every sale, guys? High ticket is about selling. I'm sorry, guys, but it's the branding and the marketing that goes beforehand that is so critical to make your sales process so much easier. Make sense? All right. So that's why a lot of people go, oh, I want to go high ticket, but your branding sucks. Your messaging sucks. Your positioning sucks. It's the funnel that's broken. Oh, is it the traffic? See, we want to focus on the fundamentals. The reason why we call 7-figure personal brand is that you need to set up the foundations of your business properly. You may be the best thing since sliced bananas, but people can't tell from your website, from your videos, from your messaging. Make sense? So who remembers the 7 steps to every sale? Come on, guys. Test you on some of the things that we went through in the Go Viral Challenge. Step number 1, build what? Build what? Build starts with R. It's not become a rock star, but it's build rapport. Thank you, Amala. What's that? No, like, and trust. Right? So you do that, pleasantries, chit chat, find ways to kind of connect with them in the first few minutes. But then the second step is what? Right? Who remembers the formula? Top sales CCC, right? So you got T, P, sale, right? Top sales, C, formula. So there's 7 steps. There's an acronym to help us remember, to help me remember. T for trust. That's the rapport. You might not receive very well. The P stands for what's your problem, right? What is the problem? So you get in, why us, why now? Make sense? Why us, why now? What's the pain? Tell us your pain. Listen, delve deep, right? And then the next step, so you lead like a star, and then you stretch the gap. This is really important. This goes from pain to paradise, right? The P is not just pain. So you ask them, okay, tell us how everything is going. Tell us a bit about your business, right? Neutral, very neutral face, stretch the gap. You see the little face? Stretch the gap. Can I zoom in? Ooh, look at that. Stretch the gap. Smiley face, reasonably neutral. And then you go, all right, so where are you now? And this guy, what does this face look like? Tell me, what does this face look like? It looks like a dreamer, right? What are you dreaming? What do you want to get to? All right. So it's not just the pain, delve into the problem, pain and paradise. What is your ideal scenario? Yeah.
Yeah, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh yeah, thank you. So back to this kind of like sales summary of how do you go about selling high ticket on the phone. Build a bit of rapport, set the agenda. You're the doctor, they trust you. You're the one, the expert. Why us, why now? Start delving into the pain. Why is it urgent that you're on the phone with me? How can I help you? Stretch the gap. Where are you now? That's the neutral smiley face. Where are you now? Where do you want to get to? That's the dreamer, the one in the middle. This guy's the dreamer. That's the paradise. All right. And then what's your then? And then you delve deeper into the pain. What's not, what are the consequences of not achieving your goals? Right? Really dig in. It's people are motivated by what? To get out of pain more than anything else. What are the consequences? Implications of not achieving their goals. Really understand that. How does it impact them? The family, the day-to-day life. Really understand it. Empathize. This is where you can really show your compassion. It's not just to make them feel pain. Make sense? Really try to understand why are they here. They're here for a reason, for you to help them. You know, I saw a quote: when someone makes you suffer, right? When someone actually causes suffering in your life, and some people, maybe it's karma, maybe it's just, you know, they're really mean people. There's a monk that said something like, they're experiencing so much suffering themselves, it spills over to you. And what they need is your compassion and your help. Make sense? So I just came to mind when I was talking about compassion and stuff, because that's really how you should look at it. You know, it's like you're there to help, you're here to serve. And then solution, right? The S4. What is your solution? What is your, not just any solution, what is your big idea? What is your unique mechanism? What is your special sauce, right? This is where you add value, the diamond, right? Get hired. So you lead like a star, stretch the gap, get hired. Value, offer intense value. So you start giving some solutions. You start saying, well, this is what you could do. Do, right? Some nuggets. And then what does that C? Right? The C is create desire. Right? How do you get them to get excited? Right? Show case study. Well, it worked for this person. It worked for that. Certain extra features of what you could do, right, for them. The C is overcome concerns. Concerns. What are their concerns? How do you overcome their concerns? You got to address their objections up front, preempt them, right? You got to be, that's the second C. And then there's the call to action, and there's follow-up, right? So always follow up. Don't go hard for the sale off the first, you know, if you've ever experienced any, you know, sales call with me, you know how we go about doing it. Because, you know, you need to do a little bit of follow up, but if you bug them, it's like, they're not for, you know, if they're not ready to move on after you give them a few chances, you know, they're not ready. They're not suited. Simple as that. Move on. You know, but keep them in the loop, right? They might be a 3-month decision maker. They might be a 9-month decision maker. Keep on building that relationship, right? So create desire, concerns, call to action. So this is, you know, you give them a little bit of nuggets. Does this make sense, right? You kind of like, you ask them, what are their concerns, right? It's like a feedback loop. And then you deliver the elixir, right? This is where you might go very specific into, you know, at that point, you ask the final question. So where do you want to go from here? You don't even need to, you're not selling them. You're not like, it's a sales pitch in disguise. You kind of like, hey, I've given you, 45 minutes of free consultation. You know, where do you want to go from here? So, okay, that's all. Thank you very much. All right. If they go, oh, how else can you help? Or you might say, hey, hopefully this has been of value. Obviously we have, some other programs that might be of help. Our inner circle I mentioned before. Is this something that you might want to explore a little bit further? And I'll stay another 10 more minutes. Do you want to learn more about it? Even out of curiosity. And then, if they go, okay, then you can explain, the amazing aspects of your program. Make sense? So it's really it's more consultative, all right? Consultative. How do you pronounce it? It's more like consulting, isn't it? Are you really listening, and you're not really, and you're prescribing at the very end. This is what you kind of need to do, and this is the solution to your problem once they ask for it. Make sense? So that's a little bit of insights into selling high ticket, which is very critical. If you're going to go high ticket, you got to go through a sales process, and the sales process could be over a period of time. Don't forget, building relationships, rapport, trust could take 6-7 hours through different means. And then, so people are typing some stuff like a doctor's appointment, all right? Unique selling point. And follow-up is critical, all right? Follow-up, you're missing half your sales. You could be doubling your sales by not properly following up, because people may not be ready now. They might be ready in a few months. Make sense? You've got to be really empathetic about that. It's not about, you must join now. Yeah, that, you might offer specials that go away, and so be it. They make a choice about that, and that's fine. All right, so KLT, we are heavily into messaging. All right, Messenger is like 90% open rates. Emails are 15, 10. It's terrible compared to Messenger. Messenger bots, yeah, there's Mobile Monkey, there's ManyChat, there's all these cool Messenger systems out there. And, you know, KLT, Facebook ads, go to the Messenger. We prefer that route, and then get them onto the video sales letter. It's more interactive Messenger, and you can automate a lot of it. And apply, schedule a call, retarget, because a lot of people drop off. Remember I said that? A lot of people drop off before they get to the call. So you need to retarget. They get all the way to applying, but they don't even schedule a call. And they get all the way to watching the video. They don't apply, right? You need to be able to retarget people. It's all in the follow-up, right? 7th step to every sale. And then sell, right? Obviously get them on the phone and see whether they're the right fit, right? You can do VSLs that are short, 18 to 20 minutes. If you're selling a more of an agency done for you type service, you can be a little bit longer. If you're selling, you know, slightly lower ticket, buy automatically or whatever. Somewhere between, you know, we recommend slightly shorter. Attention span these days are really tough. If you know, a lot of people, if you can't get across what you want to get across in a TED Talk length VSL, then you got to reconsider how you're pitching. Make sense? So that's kind of the program in terms of the funnel, the star infomercial funnel, right? You need the numbers. You need to reach, you know, 100,000 people at $5 to $10, which is average for 1,000 impressions. So you send $700, you get a 1% engagement. 0.9% is the average on Facebook. 2 to 5 is good. You might generate 150 leads. So when you do the numbers, you really need to charge sufficient amount before you can cover advertising. So don't bother with advertising until you can get your organic leads and convert, and your offer is tested, and your transformational results are there. That's why you need to go one-on-one first, because it's so much easier to get results for people, right? Doing one-on-one consultations than what the guru is. Oh, you got to go one to many. Sure, you go one to many once you know you can get really good results. Make sense? All right. So there's a whole strategy, psychology around all this. Am I still sharing my screen? Just don't know what I'm doing sometimes. No. Okay. So that's the star infomercial funnel. Targeting wise, I'll quickly go through this for those of you interested in the Facebook side. You want to choose a lot of different interest groups and layer them. Influencers, you know, software companies like ClickFunnels that they might, you know, be using, and focus on, you know, people who are not only like blah, 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 Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, but they also have been to ClickFunnels website or use that. Plus this. So you want to layer them. You can test that out versus just, you know, Facebook's AI, but you know, that's one good way of doing it. In terms of really creating amazing headlines, there's all these different companies like AdZombie that will write your, you know, ad copy really cost effectively. We're not affiliates of them, pretty scary folks here, but they're really amazing at, you know, generating ad copy, you know, for you, you know, for $50, they'll write your Facebook ads or whatever, right? So a lot of amazing service providers who can do, you know, great work for you guys, you know, the power of outsourcing, right? Don't try to do everything yourself, guys. You will suffer if you try to do everything yourself. So it's not for the faint-hearted. This is not for beginner stuff. If you hear and you go, oh, this is too overwhelming, it's because it's for advanced. I mean, you guys, this is high ticket. You need to be either ballsy with high ticket stuff, affiliates. You've got the money to drive traffic or figure out longer term how to get organic traffic. Or you advertise at some point, but you need to set your foundation and your branding right. Okay. Just lay the foundations, as they say. But, and if it's all too overwhelming, find partners. Gosh, the biggest advice, that's not easy as well. If you can't find a partner easily, longer, you know, generally you might need to know someone 6 to 12 months before you feel like you get to know them and trust them. Some partnerships happen after years of friendships, even just Facebook friendships, right? Etc. So because it's not easy to go high ticket. If it was, everyone would, guys. Everyone would. Sorry to say it, it's not easy to go high ticket. The easiest way is starting with affiliates, something that's reasonably high ticket, 1 or 2,000 that you can feel like you can sell and promote, and you gradually work yourself up. Don't quit your jobs, right? That's unless you've got 2-3 years of money in the bank to cover your living expenses. I don't recommend it. It's not for the faint-hearted. So testimonials are critical. I'm going to wrap up here and open a Q&A. We did a simple funnel where there wasn't even teaching. We went for we deliberately wanted to target high-end clientele. Are you multiple six-figure, blah, 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 all right? And we went straight to our testimonial from Forbes, who's like a celebrity endorsement. And after hers, there was a few other, high-ticket folks who endorsed us. Went straight to, hey, book a call. All right, you want a free strategy session? Boom, schedule. And then there was, even at the time, we had an optional form. About 60% filled it out. Well, we could have said, if you don't fill it out, we're not going to talk to you. And we were getting leads for, $40 appointments, even less in certain countries. And you don't have to get, if your close rate is reasonably high, even 1 in 10, you're spending $400, and we were selling our $6,000 program. You do the math, right? People say, on average you should do 20%. Now our close rate was lower than 20%, obviously, because we didn't qualify them that much. We just said, hey, let's book an appointment with us. So we wanted just to get experience talking to hundreds of people in our niche, because this is like 3 years ago. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years, but it was the first time I did this type of coaching online. And from there, we got the big high ticket consulting clients, as I mentioned, through Patrick, who's the founder of Success Resources. He said, hey, I love you. He said to me, I can't get rid of your ads. And, it was like backhanded compliment. But he did say eventually, look, I think, pleasure's mine. I need your service, by the way. Please look at my Facebook. Need help to make it more sexy. So he figured that we could help him look a bit more sexy. Those of you who Patrick might find it funny. He's pretty sexy, isn't he? He's awesome. He referred us to Richard and Veronica, and the rest is history. They're the founders of Success Resources. Patrick as well, one of the co-founders. And how we really got high ticket is when we, were invited to speak at the Gary Vee event. It was like, they didn't pay us any money. We gave them access to all our content. Said, hey, you want to check out how good we are? I haven't got experience selling on stage. I'm from nonprofit world and consulting and startups, but I don't normally sell information. All right. So, but I have created this course. I was selling a group coaching program at the time, and I didn't sell info. I was selling coaching, which paired with actual recorded training. Make sense? And now, we're selling for $1,000 here, but we shared access to, we gave them, half a dozen coupon codes so their team members could check us out. So give. What could be potentially a high ticket client? That's why, the challenges are great in some sense. You can quickly create content on the fly. You just do Zoom calls, put a few slides together, use your flip chart, keep lean, as Dan Henry would say. Just do the flip chart strategy. Don't prepare a ton of slides. People want to see you. They want to feel you. They don't want you to hide behind slides anyway. All right. Very smart strategy there. So here you go. And then when we offered, hey, check out the 1 hour on camera presentation that I did, that was enough to convince them that, in this case, they wanted to meet me because they were in New York anyway. They were coming to New York. It was like 2 years ago.
State or whatever.
And we met up. We really hit it off. What's that 7-hour rule again, guys? We spent hours. We had meal. I treated them for a really nice Indian restaurant in Manhattan, and we just hit it off. We built rapport. Veronica's from Malaysia originally. My parents are from. I was born in Malaysia myself, so we had a lot of rapport building. Right, we had a lot of things in common. You know, they started off in nonprofit. They were volunteers in a church, right? I was doing a lot of volunteer work. So there's so many. So your story is the key, guys. I can't stress enough how you need to really focus on your story, guys. Story, sell. Facts tell. And when you really understand your Eulerian destiny, your story, and condense it into 3 or 4 paragraphs, the 2 sentences, the 1 sentence, the 10 seconds, you can build rapport with people really quickly. Make sense? And then they invite us to speak. And then I did what? I created the Gary V trailer. Look, I did this for free for them. It was 60 seconds.
Are you sitting in this audience right now and realizing that this is the greatest era to be alive in the human race?
I didn't put myself up front. I put myself third. Right? Personal branding, video marketing expert. Obviously, it's in my interest to do a fantastic trailer because I'm in it with Gary Vee. There's Paul Mahoney, he's a legend, you know, Gil Peterson, etc., etc. Louisa Zhao, this dude here, right, is pretty well known. Myron Golden, Sarge P, etc., etc. Are you ready for Hustle 2.0? So we came up with the whole branding, the concept. We just said, here you go. Veronica, do you like it? If not, that's cool. And then she goes, wow, this is really awesome. Feb did this years ago. Remember Feb? She's our star creative director, editor. So we did this and we gave it to them on a silver platter. Didn't ask for any money. They loved it so much. They felt, hey, you guys are amazing. Maybe you could help us sell a few thousand tickets to the event because we need help. And then that became our first gig. You know, it was 5-figure contract, and then it led to a 6-figure contract, you know, with the Tony Robbins event, right? Makes sense? So it's so important to give, but to the right people. If you want to go high ticket, does it make sense, guys? Who is your dream 100? What are you guys talking about? I would kill for a piece of bread or curry noodles. Bianca, go get some instant noodles. Right? You're making us hungry. I haven't even had breakfast. All right, I drink these shakes. Anyone has a cooking channel. They're great. Cooking channels, my goodness. A lot of fun. Look, I hope you get, you know, a couple of key strategies here. Go high ticket. Think about who's your ideal client. And if they're your ideal client, go all in. Give value and be an asset so they want to partner with you effectively. And half of you came from Success Resources. We still have a fantastic partnership with them. Still promoting the Tony Robbins events, as you saw. So let me see. I think that's all I wanted to cover. I know there's only so much I can cover in a short period of time like this. And I promised it'd be a 90-minute masterclass, and it is 90 minutes. You guys are talking about food. You don't care about what I'm talking about. Let's talk about food. What's your favorite? All right. What's your absolute favorite dish? Come on, everyone type in. Come on. What if you could just live on this one dish and that was it? What would it be? That's a tough one. Come on, type. Dosa with coconut chutney. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. That's pretty good. Bengali food. Oh, very good. What is carne asada? Hardy. What the heck is carne asada? Is that Italian? Educate us. Mexican. Ooh, I'm gonna look into that. Spanish.
Asada is barbecue. It's barbecued meat.
Oh, you should know. You're Natalia. Where were you originally from again? I was at Argentina, right?
Oh, actually, I was born in Sweden, but then I went to Argentina.
Okay, got it.
Yes, I know, it's a funny story. But yeah.
Thank you, Bianca, for telling us what that is. All right, she's a vegetarian. Foie gras, liver, yummy, kind of. I'm not into foie gras.
Humadu, Natalia.
No, humadu? Oh, goodness me. You guys have weird tastes. I'm sorry. What can I say? I just like some fruits. I could survive on fruits. All right.
I survive on Greek salad. I love Greek salad.
Yes. Stephanus, what could you survive on? That was Greek food is good. Oh, I like can't remember the name. My Greek is. I think if Stephanus, what's your favorite Greek dish?
I'll go Chinese.
Ah,
Chinese noodle soup.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what type? There's millions though. Laksa, yes, laksa is good. Great Diao could survive on that. Sushi, yes. Oh, we're all foodies here. All right, so that's it. Let's open up to questions, Q&A. Oh, before I get into that, I know I'm just going to share one last thing. It's I know some of you have asked about how do we get more help. If you're curious about getting more help, all right, I'm not going to sell you anything. Not now anyway. I don't know you. What you need, you can just go here, work with Kian. All right? If you want to get really into high ticket stuff, if you want to get a customized strategy, get clarity, scalable business model, you want systems to become what we call a star producer, et cetera, higher level coaching, let us get to know you first. Fill out this form if you're curious. Like 20 odd questions to really understand your background. Yeah, you'll definitely get me personally taking a look, and we can jump on a call. All right. Some of you will be doing that shortly. So terrific. Workwithkian.com. If you could just put that into the link. It's just a Google form, I think. That's the only thing I'm going to pitch, so to speak. Hopefully that works. When you click on it, it should go to a Google form, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there you go. All right, so open up to question time. Those of you who wanted to could only stay 90 minutes. I stuck to the 90 minutes this time. Aren't I a good boy? And that's it. Thank you for joining us. If you need to head off, feel free to reach out to us if we can be of any help. John has a question. So to clarify, if I don't have credibility yet, I have to sell a low ticket version first and gain feedback, good reviews from those. Then I go high ticket if I get enough good reviews. What sort of businesses do you want to get into, John? You just want to get into an online marketing to become a travel authority. Okay, so what in particular? Like, give us an idea of. Okay, let's welcome John to the panel, shall we? Yay! Let's bring John on to the panel. Where are you, John? Let's bring John on. Okay, promote to panel. Here we go. Let's give it up for John. Hey, John, are you okay to turn on your video or your audio? Either way is fine. I kind of threw that on you. I'll make you a co-host. Feel free to turn on just your audio, or feel free to turn on your video if you'd like as well. I think you are part of the challenge, so hopefully you don't mind turning on your video. Either way is fine. Can you hear us, John?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Can hear you loud and clear. Do you want to turn on your video, or are you happy to stay a little bit incognito?
I have a very bad haircut right now, so I'd rather keep it close.
Got it. No problem. Tell us where you're from. Welcome you anyway. Where are you from?
All right. I'm from the Philippines.
Fantastic. And tell us a bit about yourself in 10 seconds. What do you do? Who do you help or want to help?
All right. I'm a 9-year travel agency owner. Have plenty of experience traveling around the world. And I want to help people who want to come out as a travel authority become a real one themselves by teaching them the step-by-step required knowledge on how to be one.
Excellent. So you've had a travel agency, correct?
Yes, for 9 years.
9 years. And you want to effectively coach others to become successful travel agents themselves, run their own businesses, etc. Correct?
Not as a travel agent, but more of a travel consultant. As in, they don't need to set up a business anymore. They can just do it solo, more like freelancing.
But these people, is your target travel agency owners or someone who just works as a sales consultant or a job at a travel agency?
Mostly people who works or used to work, because a lot of them got laid off.
But they can become independent contractors and become travel consultants, start their own business.
They can earn other ways. They don't have to be in a travel agency anymore. Most especially since they're not in one anymore.
Is
I
this
mean, there are other ways outside. Yeah.
is this like network marketing type of model?
No. There's ways to earn commissions outside. They don't have to be a travel agent anymore, but they can get like referral links, affiliate links. They can work through that.
So they work.
But it's more about building authority. Building authority, then that opens it up to several avenues of revenue.
But do they end up utilizing your agency to get to buy the tickets, and you just give them a commission?
No. They can get those commissions. They can go to certain sites. They'll just go to them, get their own affiliate link from them. Then they'll earn by themselves.
So it's like a home-based type of business. They can start their low-cost home-based travel agency business without investing in a retail store or anything like that, right?
Yes.
Got it. Is this for, locally, just Philippines, or really international travel, anything? There's a whole range of programs and products.
The demand for this is really low in my country. So I'm planning on targeting US. I mean, that's where I'm from anyway.
Got it. So you want to help folks in the US get into this opportunity to start travel agency business. It's a big, travel is $1 trillion industry, right? It's huge. Baby boomers, everyone, etc. Now is a bit, tough with COVID, but at some point when travel picks up, hopefully in the next 6 to 12 months. So your goal, what's your question again? All right, you don't have, but you do have credibility, right? You say, to clarify, if I don't have credibility yet.
I said online credibility. All I have is a piece of paper that I own a travel agency.
You have a website?
I don't have any, like.
Do you have a website?
It's there, but it's not. It's like building blocks still.
So it's not that professional looking?
No, it's not yet. No.
Okay, so you want at least a website, right? That showcases that you've been in the industry for 9 years, and you want a video. I mean, if ultimately, if you are going to be branding yourself as the one who's training someone, correct? Then
yes,
you build your personal brand. You don't, initially, you need to get results for people. If you can afford to, charge relatively less, like offer a huge discount for people joining your pre-launch program, etc., then you do give a massive discount. If you give it for free, people aren't treating it seriously so much, right? So you want someone to pay something. So you figure out who your target is, and you figure out the competition. Who else is out there, doing this? You have to do your competitor analysis, guys, right? And until you do that, you don't know whether your offer is going to be competitive, and whether people who are the buyers that are going to buy relatively quickly are those who've done the research. And then there's those who don't even know that they're looking for a travel, business. And, you can always, they're a little bit less educated, so you can get away with a little bit more sometimes. But in position yourself as an expert, and they go, oh, there's a great opportunity. I need to pay a few $100 to learn from John, and he's going to coach me on this. So the best model, as I said, is a hybrid group coaching model. Don't try to just sell info, product, and hide behind, not actually reaching out and guiding and mentoring people. You've got 9 years of experience. You have enough experience to really, understand the ins and outs of the industry and how to close deals and deal with customer service and the nuances of terms and conditions of flights and travel packages and scams and, you name it, timeshare programs that scare people. So is this partly time sharing, or is this is more traditional travel?
It's traditional travel.
Okay. Yeah. So absolutely. Generally, always, try to get case studies. You need case studies. And to get case studies, you could offer a challenge, how to set up your travel agency business in 7 days. Right? For, $7. Just get a whole bunch of people in and teach them, mentor them, get some good feedback in 7 days. You don't have to mentor someone 3 months to get a testimonial. Make sense? That's the other beauty of 7-day challenges. You can get, if you're really good at what you're doing, the premise is that, and that's why you guys have joined this high ticket thing. You can do that. Make sense? So when you get better reviews, gradually increase your prices. As you get better reviews, more case studies, and gradually increase your prices. And your target market is slightly different. It evolves, just like anything. You can't go for, there's no way I would have gotten Success Resources and Tony Robbins as a client through them if I hadn't had 20 years of experience in this industry as an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Hopefully that helps. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Any other questions from, are you guys still talking about mango lassis and tandoori? And, it's like, all right. Have you seen my Times Square? I'm going to show you a really cool video of, but Amalish, Bianca, let's do Spanish food. You guys still talking about food? My goodness. That's all you guys care about. All right, let's show you some food videos. Want to see some food videos? Want to see when I was actually a famous foodie? All right, let's see if I can actually even find it though. Yeah, keep on asking questions. What other cool, what do you call it? Who else wants the hot seat? Guys, just submit your questions and let's see. And let's bring them onto the panel. Who wants to get on the panel? All right, any other questions? Can't stop being a foodie. Yes, yes. Who's raising their hand to be?
There were a couple of people that raised their hands before. I don't know how to check.
Can you, whoever wants to be hot seated with any questions, yeah, let us know. Anyone? No one? We'll wrap up. All right. I'll just, as an interim, I'll just show you this. Oops.
I'm not screen sharing.
I'm not? All right. All right. I guess you guys have had enough. So I'm going to show you a little video of, there was this cooking competition I was part of for like 4 or 5 years. It was like a 2-day event live in the middle of Times Square. And it was a cool event because we had the best chefs from around the world. It was like, who's seen Iron Chef? Like a Japanese cult cooking show for many years. And so we had this concept as well that we applied in Times Square, New York City. And I was the host for 2 days live. We were broadcasting live on satellite cable. And it was a lot of fun because I'm a foodie. So I couldn't say no to that opportunity to co-host this live event in the middle of Times Square. Hundreds of thousands of people walk by every day. So, it's a lot of fun. And we have these open air kitchens, right? Pagoda topped. And we transform Times Square into this, Chang'an, ancient Tang Dynasty city with people are in costumes and garbs. And it's just an amazing show. It was a lot of fun. We had
When was it?
2012, 13, 14, 15. It was a lot of fun. Every year.
Yeah, I remember translating all of those things into Spanish.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the day. Yes.
It was like, and I'd never gone live for 2 days straight. It was a lot of pressure to learn everything about, the different cuisines from Sichuan, Shandong, Huayang, Cantonese, Northeastern cuisine, right? There's 5, we categorize them as 5 main, cuisines from China. And there's many more, but we just focus on those 5. And, the chefs, there's like a couple hundred participants and they'll be knocked out, until they get to New York. And they would have to cook like 3 or 4 dishes in 40 minutes or something, a lot of pressure. And we would be commentating. And so we had to come up with a really cool trailer, and this is what we came up with. This is many years ago. So you'll see, and this is me live on stage, and we captured the audio and managed to come up with a cool little promo. So let's take a look. This is a time lapse. They work overnight to set up. Who's been to the Times Square where there's, you know, this stand here where people are sitting for the ticket tape for get really cheap tickets to Broadway? So we'd take over this area completely, and you can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open air. These gas burners for your food is like 100,000 BTU. These are commercial woks. Flames fly up a couple of feet. It was just amazing. And you know, we shot this from the Hilton, I think it was, to do a time lapse. So we were very creative in trying to, hey, show people behind the scenes the effort that we did to pull this off. You can see there's, in the middle, there's a little stage here where I was on, and we'd have VIPs who paid hundreds of dollars to try out the dishes. How cool is that, right? So they'd actually go and try out the dishes, and you know, media was all around us, and it was just an awesome event.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, transforming.
See that? These chefs in the middle of Times Square for like from 12 p.m., 11 a.m., all the way to almost midnight, cooking away. 10 p.m. or so we'd wrap up. And it was just the best experience. And I'll get to try out all the dishes and, you know, pretend I'm an expert.
Times Square into the kitchen stadium of Chang'an City, the ancient Tang Dynasty capital of China.
These are the chefs. These are the judges. These are, you know, amazing judges. So, you know, there's people dressed up in costume, you know, delivering each dish over there. And it's just so much fun fare.
Capital of China. We bring you new Tang Dynasty Television's third International Chinese Culinary Competition. These master chefs from around the world will be competing in one of 5 regional Chinese cuisines of Sichuan, Shandong, Cantonese, Huaiyang, and Northeastern cuisines. So whose cuisine shall reign supreme?
Where did I catch that from? Whose cuisine shall reign supreme? That was obviously a knockoff of Iron Chef's little tagline.
Who shall be crowned the gold winner, Iron Wok Master Chef of the World in 5 of the main Chinese cuisines? Contestants, it's time to fire up your woks. And they're off!
And we have this banquet, and how we went high ticket, right? So it was free for viewers, and then we sold tickets, VIP tickets, to the actual, you know, you can have a 2-hour session, right? So we were thinking of the business model. It cost us like $1 million to put together, but we had to raise millions of dollars as a nonprofit. So we thought about how do we go from low ticket to VIPs paying $1,000 to $10,000, $50,000 for donations to be part of the winner would cook a banquet on, you know, after the competition. So we had this whole model, and it was just a lot of fun. And the sponsorships and stuff, you know, we had sold, you know, little tents where people would sell whatever. This is the VIP. We're auctioning off. This is me. I was auctioning off, you know, antiques and cool stuff like that. We had a professional auctioneer. Who wants a free ticket to the next International Chinese Culinary Competition VIP dinner? Imagine getting the gold winner cooking a 12-dish banquet, right? Oh, who wants a free ticket? Type in yes, and I'll try to pull. I mean, we had, I don't know how many tables we had, 50, 60, 80 tables. I can pull off a few, you know. I'm just kidding. We haven't held one for a few years, but it was a lot of fun. Anyway, the point is, really master your ability to present. Really master your ability to think high ticket. Who's your ideal clients? And, you know, create your own different funnel from it. I think there is, I think we got to wrap up, guys, because you guys are like telling me to stop going for so long. I'm hungry after hearing this. Okay, we'll just have another hot seat or two, perhaps. Look, Farouk, you haven't been. Let's bring you up to the panel. Promote the panel. Let's see. Welcome. Let's all welcome. Okay. Yeah, because we haven't heard from Farouk. Hey, welcome, Farouk. Let's put you on. The same people always put up their hand, and we don't you guys to hog the limelight all the time. No offense. Okay. All right. So.
Hello.
Hello. Do you want to turn on your video? Or you're happy with audio?
It's okay, but unfortunately, I'm on the way from work to home.
Okay, you're on the way from somewhere, so I can't hear you very well. So obviously, video is not a good idea.
Yeah, it will take 5 to 10 minutes. I will be at my home, so I think the net will be better.
Yeah,
over
sure,
there.
sure, no problem. So tell us a bit about where you're from again, and what do you do?
Basically, I'm a civil engineer, and I'm busy in the construction and real estate industry.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm in the Middle East area.
Terrific. And what sort of? I think you were on a call maybe in one of the pre-challenge sessions. I think I recall. So you wanted to help engineers with what exactly? What's your high ticket offer?
Yeah. Or basically, civil engineering, project control, project management, and these things. But also, I'm focusing personally. I'm focusing on the real estate and these kind of the things.
Real estate. Well, that's a great high ticket offer. So you want to.
Yeah.
What do you want to get? Investors? You want to get what? Who's your ideal audience?
Yeah, of course, investors and basically investors, not B2B. B2B we are targeting, not B2C. Consumer, lessly on the consumer side, mostly on the business side. But maybe later on, if we find better situation, so maybe we can focus a little bit on the consumer side also. But mostly we are going to target B2B for investment options.
So these are high net worth individuals you're looking to, or institutional investors?
Not institutional investors. It will be very high level for us right now. At least I mean trying that small investors, those who can find good opportunities.
Okay.
This is
so
I'm targeting.
it is a form of B2C in the sense that you're looking for investors, individuals who want to invest in projects that you're involved with in the Middle East, whether it's Dubai. Is this Dubai? Are you in Dubai or where?
I'm beside Dubai. I'm in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Beside, yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of investment opportunities, obviously, in
Bahrain, in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, less, but in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, there are a lot of opportunities.
Okay. So who's your target audience? Who are you targeting? People in other parts of Asia, Singapore, Malaysia? For investors from where? US?
These opportunities are for all of the people throughout the globe. Those who want to are interested in this area, they want to have properties, and especially if they want to invest some properties so they can get some benefit also. So this is the niche I'm targeting.
Okay. So one of the biggest mistakes I see property developers, and I was in the space for many years as well, working with the top finance brokers in Australia, is trying to go too broad. Yeah, we want to get anyone and everyone to invest with us. Everyone has a slightly different profile. Everyone's going to resonate differently to your marketing message. Make sense? You want case studies. Do you have track records? Do you have case studies of people who were investors and they made a 20% year-on-year return on their money for the last 3 years, or they generated whatever ROI or whatever, right? Or they, so you need to have case studies.
True.
All right. Do you have
Right now, I'm just on the starting. I'm building these things. I mean, till now, I just make my Instagram page, but and other things I'm developing it, Facebook page and other things. So I'm just in the start of these things.
Why are you involved with marketing? Why are you involved? I mean, you're a civil engineer. Normally property developers work with experienced marketing agencies to sell their projects. Why are you part of the marketing team or what?
No, basically, there are two things. One is my job portion. So this is my job is purely technical and that side. But the second portion, which is I'm targeting for my second hustle, I mean for my personally. So this is I'm targeting marketing and investment side. This
I
is
don't. So your job is you're a civil engineer working for these projects, these developments, yeah?
No, for job it's a separate, and for the marketing and for investment this is a separate. This is a personal work which I'm making a personal brand, you can say, or personal page or personal hassle for others than the job.
Okay, so you want to become known as an expert in investing in
Yeah.
that area, yes?
Yes.
All right. Have you personally invested in that area?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
involved in the real estate almost 10 years.
In the Middle East.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you've got some track record for yourself. You've seen the growth, yeah, for yourself.
Yeah, true.
All right. So you're just going to put together case studies. Have you helped other people, family, friends invest, and have they had good results?
Right now, some of the people, those who are involved with this investment with me, yes, they are in good, but they are in very less number. I mean, you can see one, two, or something like this.
So just a few people.
So we are facing where we were facing problems, where we can do better, which project to be avoided, which project to be invested. Especially we are facing the special super luxury projects. We are facing problems.
What sort of problems are you facing?
Those projects which are super luxury projects, it is difficult to get tenant on the time. So there we face
tenants,
yeah.
right?
So if you're investing in the normal project where the occupancy level and percentage is very high, so it can give you a return very fastly. This kind of things.
Okay, so you got to really pick your product to market, right? So it's very important.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're selling speculative investments, which is very hard. You know, it has a lot of problems with that.
True.
So you got to really think about who is your audience and who do you want to serve, and really make. You know, there's a lot of money in real estate, so unfortunately,
basically, my audience is as I discussed that my audience mostly it will be B2B, those who are looking for investment, those who don't want to be a consumer in the end.
No, I understand. I mean, they want to invest in real estate, you know. So you gotta address a lot of issues, you know, a lot of the concerns and fears of investing in this, you know, exotic place of Dubai, where most people have no clue, you know, what is a decent return, what are the risks, what are the country risks, what are the local risks, is it a good developer, are they, you know, there's a lot of issues that immediately, you know, I've been approached by you know, marketers who sell, you know, oh, this is going to be the hottest development in some area of Dubai, blah blah blah. The Chinese are going in, they're investing, blah blah blah. It's supported by, and they do a lot of marketing. They come to New York and they invite you to actually go to a show place, exhibit. You know, you're dealing. The competitors have got a lot of.
Too much about Singapore and Malaysia, but as compared to those countries, I don't know. I think that there is a less risk level in the Singapore, but I don't know about too much Malaysia and other countries.
There's less what?
So less risk investment in Singapore, as my understanding. But other part, I don't know that what is the risk level in especially
what do you mean?
Real estate investment.
What do you mean less risk in Singapore? Are you promoting Singapore projects or are you promoting Middle Eastern projects? What do you mean?
Basically, those people, especially those people which are on the Pacific side, for them, Singapore, for them, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, they see it less opportunity. They mostly prefer it like Singapore. They prefer it Malaysia and these areas. So, in those regions, if you talk
are you saying people from Singapore don't see it as risky investing in the Middle East?
Malaysia, Thailand, they prefer Singapore.
they prefer to invest in Singapore.
Yeah, as compared to Bahrain, Dubai, Abu Dhabi,
Yes.
because it is
Yeah.
far away from them. And
That's right. So you're going to be, why not local market to locals first, right? I mean, people are the uneducated get scammed all the time, unfortunately. Singapore has incredible track record for 50 years of year-on-year growth.
yes,
with
same
real estate.
same Dubai. Dubai has also very strong legal system for these things.
Yeah, I mean, you got to overcome a lot of a lot of psychological triggers. This obviously requires a lot more lengthier conversation. I would recommend you fill out the form, right? So I can give you a full hour. You've joined our program, right? I believe 7-figure program.
Yes.
Oh, have you? Yeah, you have. Yeah. So let's get on a deeper call. I need you to fill out that form. I know you're busy, but if you're gonna spend an hour with me, I need you to fill that out first. And as soon as you fill it out, we'll send you a link, and you can schedule a 1 hour, in-depth strategy call. Fair enough. So we're gonna really dive deep into, if you don't have a ton of credibility, because maybe you do, you got 10 years. Who can you interview? Who can you,
basically what will be my task? On the one side, I have the projects which are very charmful and very good opportunities, and other side I will be looking for the investors who can put investment in these projects. It is not my project; they are not giving money to me.
Of course, I know you're acting as a referral agent, right? A marketing agency. You get a commission, right?
Yeah, investor. You can say like an investing agent, more than like a selling agent or other agent. It will be like a investment agent.
They're not buying the end house. They're investing in the property development itself. Yeah.
True.
Right. So you're offering them a certain yield or ROI, guaranteed, not guaranteed.
This is
So they're obviously they're part of the money investors, right? Equity. They might get equity. They might get a fixed return.
True.
So I know, I get that. So they're a lot more sophisticated. They're going to want. You could do marketing. You could do Zoom, but you need really good marketing material. Some of these folks, if they're high net worth, they might even fly over. You might have to offer that to the people to check out. But your marketing a lot of it can be done online before they get, and then they're then going to want to fly over and check it out. Make sense? If you're looking to raise hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, you've got to market it the right way. Otherwise, it's very hard to get people to fly over.
Without face-to-face interaction, nobody would.
No, they're not. No, this is super high ticket. There's no way in the world that anyone's gonna give you money to invest in a project unless. But the first step is you can do a lot of pre-screening and qualifications and qualifying and educational stuff online. That's the opportunity, right? There's a lot more opportunity. A lot of people are very fearful of. What would be really useful is doing like virtual summits. All right. A big tip for you would be to coordinate a virtual summit about the whole investment opportunity of that city you're promoting, and have experts, government officials, if you can pull off, experts in different, aspects of the investment to come, be interviewed, give presentations, et cetera, et cetera. And people want more information. This is information intensive. They're not going to go with a gut feel. They want data. They want experts to say that this. You pre-frame. You educate why this is has the opportunity, this area, and then why specifically this project. Make sense? So you start off with look at the high macro level, and then go into micro, because you're dealing. I mean, it depends on who your audience is. A lot of locals already know the opportunities there for the country, but if you're looking for international investors to diversify your investor portfolio, are you looking for international investors mostly? Is that your role? Are you from Malaysia or Singapore yourself?
No, I'm basically from Pakistan.
Okay. And if you had to focus on, if you're going to position yourself as the expert, who do you want to target? Who's your ideal investor? Which country?
My See, especially this Dubai and Bahrain area, it's like a business hub. A business hub, and also international tourism is coming here, and a lot of people are coming here. So, as per this, those who are interested in the business, they want to come here and they want to stay some time here, and they can take the benefit of the investment at the same time when they are staying here. So these can be the individual
But, that's
persons.
still very broad. You need to narrow in, right? If you want to, is this like a side hustle, side business for you, right? You've got your job.
Right now, yes. Right now, we are starting it as a side hustle, but later
got
on,
it. Right. Look, got plenty of advice and ideas for you. Let's hop on a proper call once you give me a little bit more information. Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. I look forward to hearing from you. You've got the link to fill out the information. Work with Kian.com. As soon as you fill that out, my team will send you a link to schedule a call with me. All right.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. Terrific, guys. I think we'll wrap up. Sorry.
They are going to email me the link, or it's in the chat.
We've emailed you a few times already, but we'll email you again. All right, Steph,
Okay.
can you email Farouk and message him on Facebook again? I'm sure you're busy and don't check all the emails, but we've been following up.
I'm checking it, but
so Steph, can you email?
I'm checking all the emails, but
maybe we got the wrong
some
email.
Emails I get confused. I got confused.
Maybe we got the wrong email.
I'm getting, but I was confused that this email is for me because I'm already registered in the.
Is your email? Well, I won't bring it up here, but it's.
Okay, I got it.
All right, you just type in workwithkian.com.
Okay.
All right, it's simple as that. Stephanus has shared it.
With Kian.
Click on it. Fill it out when you have a chance. It'll take 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
And then as soon as you fill it out, my team will send you a link to book a call with me for 1 hour.
Okay.
All right. All right. Terrific, guys. Thank you so much, Farouk, for joining us.
Thank you.
To wrap up, look, this is it for the high ticket masterclass. It's only so much we can do for 3 hours. But we've actually given the higher ticket mastery course away for free if you join a 7-figure. It's like 20 hours of that in more depth, so you can check that all out. If you want to see how we can help you, go to workwithkian.com. If you want to keep on talking about food, continue that conversation in our closed group, because food is a unifying cultural phenomenon. So let's share our best yummy food around the world.
For this.
Sorry, Farouk.
This platform which I wanted to prepare it initially, right now, the platform which I'm working on it right now, maybe I'm 1%, but later on, maybe I will prefer to make a global team from different areas. So it can be one platform, and we will have a different investment agent in the different countries.
Yeah.
Like maybe some in the Singapore, some in the Malaysia, some in the maybe Vietnam and Thailand area, some maybe in China area.
Thinking big.
So this is because there are a lot of people who are who can work with this platform, and it can grow for them also, for us, and for all the investors who are looking for. Basically, there are people who want to invest it, but they don't know what is the right place where they can invest it. They're looking for these right people.
That's right. So that's where you need to educate the market. The educational side is still very much wanting, I think. I think a lot of people put together presentations, but it's very superficial. And I think there's an opportunity to put together some really in-depth virtual summits, attract the right affiliate, investor partners. Maybe some people in our group here might be interested down the track. But let's one step at a time, look at the big picture. We can definitely help you with that. All right. All right. Thank you, Farouk. Look forward to chatting with you one-on-one as soon as you've got some time. All right.
Okay.
Terrific. Thank you. That's all. Thank Farouk for sharing that. It's a very complex issue. Marketing real estate in Middle East is, you can make millions obviously doing what he's doing is huge. There's billions and hundreds of billions of dollars invested in real estate there. It's the growth is phenomenal. It's oil rich. A lot of wealthy expats live there, so a lot of great opportunities there for sure. Anyway, let's wrap up. So what's next, guys? So that's about it for the high ticket masterclass. We'll give you the recording if you want to go through that. What else? Workwithkian.com if you want to give a little bit of insight into what you're doing. We'll give you some personalized feedback. What else? There's no more. We're doing every Thursday. I know some of you are part of our 7-figure personal brand group. If you're interested in that, we can tell you about it. If you just fill out the workwithkian.com, it's a lifetime program. We'll send you some information about that if you're curious. So we delivering a coaching program that is quote unquote for life. As long as I'm doing this for many years to come, you get access to our support. So very few people are doing that, and it's under $1,000. So if you want lifetime support, every week on Mondays we give this coaching. You get tons of access to us on Facebook groups and online training courses that you will keep on updating the curriculum, and you get access to that. So if you're curious about that, ping us. We'll tell you about that. We'll send you the full presentation about that program. Any other questions? Otherwise, we'll wrap up. On Thursdays, this Thursday, I'm doing just a general presentation. You can invite guests. If you're part of our inner circle or 7-figure personal brand, you can invite your guests to that. So every Thursday, we're going to do live master classes. After at the end of the presentation, we'll obviously promote whatever. And if you're strategic partners, you can get a referral. That's the way we've structured it. But we've got a lot of work ahead of us. Launching mid-November, and the inner circle in February. So appreciate everyone's patience. Having a fantastic team. Natalia is part of our team. We're going to be creating a course on storytelling, story selling. So if you want to also learn the nuances of being a phenomenal presenter, shining on camera, telling amazing, captivating stories, I'm learning from Natalia. Join us as well. So that's a new announcement we haven't mentioned too much. It's been developing. So strategic partnerships, guys, it's the way to go. We've worked with Ben, who's releasing the YouTube Viral Mastery program mid-November. So we have this fantastic 4 type of environment. You want to learn organic YouTube strategies, Ben. You want to master story selling, Natalia. You want to master ClickFunnels or the techie stuff as well, copywriting. Stefan, this is behind the scenes doing a lot of this for us. You want high-level strategy, also, obviously I'm the guy for you. So on that note, thank you. Let's sign off with our, go viral. Everyone wants to go viral. Let's do our little go viral. Take care, guys. We'll see you perhaps on Thursday. Otherwise, November 3rd is the hot seat with Ben. Only for paid members. Anyone can join and listen in. So you can invite anyone to that, guys, the November 3rd, but only those who've yet to be hot seated, who are part of the paid program, can be hot seated, right? I think a few of you guys haven't yet, like Jennifer. I think Mihaela hasn't been hot seated yet. Adam, I believe. Have you been hot seated, Adam? I think so. I can't remember. We've made notes. I think we have. Yes. Talk about Boston. All cool. BMO, good to have you here. Let's wrap up. Take care, guys. Be safe.